Hey everybody, this is Tyler Hoke, your instructor for the Chemistry of Hazmat course. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of how to use Blackboard for this course. Everything in the course is going to be accessible through Blackboard. So you would start out clicking on that course, and your start here is going to be kind of your home screen for this page. So first, you're going to have your enrollment verification assignment. That's due just on your census date. You click on that. It's just some quiz questions that it's seriously like, hey, I am here. I am not, a robot and stuff like that. It's very simple stuff. It's just essentially a survey of new students and whatnot. And it's basically just saying, hey, I'm in this class. I've made it to Blackboard. The syllabus we'll go over shortly, but we also have the census assignment, which is just getting to know you. And the reason I have that, trust me, this is the only discussion board that you'll have. But all that is what name do you prefer to be called, the best email and phone number to reach you, because some people are registered through their work email and they may not check it but only once a week. So let me know what email and phone number is best for you, for me to be able to reach out to you. Your department, years of service, any type of prior chemistry or hazmat experience, goals for the class, and fun facts, or hobbies. This stuff down here is really just stuff that we're required to have in the course. But as far as how to work in this course, that's what I'm going over right now. And it does have some other policies that you can access if you want to get put to sleep or anything like that. As far as the syllabus goes, I'll pull that up here. So let me bring it over to my screen here. So essentially, a quick rundown of it is this is going to be all online. There will be an optional physical meetup day, and I'll send a survey out later on. That way, you guys can we can get an idea of what day works best for everybody. People who know me know that I really like to do a lot of hands-on demos and stuff like that. So we'll use cryogenic liquids, we'll use explosives, we'll use all sorts of stuff. It really adds to the class. But since this is an online class and we're not meeting up weekly or anything like that, I do want to make sure that we have that optional physical meetup day. You don't have to show up to it. I know there are people from all over the state, so if traveling to Salisbury is too far for you, that's fine. That being said, once you complete this course, that satisfies the Chemistry of Hazmat requirement for technician. So people have asked, hey, does this count for being able to take technician? It absolutely does. I've had hundreds of students who have came through this class who are now technicians. So that's not an issue at all. There's my contact info. Best way is just going to be able to shoot me a text, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Like I said, make sure that you do the EVA. This is this is an online course, and I will say it is not self-paced in the sense of you can't just turn things in like when you want to, or I guess I should say you do have due dates. It's not just something where it's kind of complete things by the end. You do have to complete things by the due dates, but you can absolutely go forward in the class, go farther than that due date. And what I mean by that is, let's say you knock out chapter 2 really quick. I'm allowing you to go to chapter 3 and chapter 4 and all the way to the final exam if you want to do that early. That said, some people have came to me and they're like, hey, your class ends like right after a technician class starts in April. So I'm good with you guys powering through if you need to. Everything is essentially open for the course. So if you want to finish the course early, be my guest. Just know that you still have to get everything in by the due dates and stuff like that. As far as technology goes, you do need a computer, whether it be desktop, laptop, or cellular device to be able to access this stuff, and no textbook is required for this course. Every single bit of materials that you're responsible for in this course is in Blackboard, okay, or you can access it through Blackboard. Grading, I go into details about that on here, so just for the sake of time, you guys can look at that. If you need to withdraw from the class, just let me know, but I think everybody's going to do fine here. It has some policies about disabilities, has some policy about support services if you need that, formal complaints, academic integrity, plagiarism, so on and so forth. Okay, student misconduct, pregnancy or childbirth if you need that. Just one big thing about the grading is your final average and exam grade must be 70 or higher to successfully complete this course. The final exam is going to be a 100 question multiple choice exam. You guys are going to do fine on it. And then I have a schedule of the course topics along with due dates and whatnot. Okay, so this is something that you may want to print out and have as reference, just so you can look back on it and make sure that you're not going to be turning in anything late. Okay, and like I said, that chemical demonstration day, that's going to be determined. Okay, so moving on to this next little tab, announcements. To be honest, I'm probably just going to send you guys emails whenever there's something big going on. Okay, whether that be, just kind of congratulating people for doing well on a chapter assessment or something like that. That's how I'm going to email you, so you're probably not going to see me announcements or anything. Faculty information, if you need my contact info, there you go. I do have it on here where I try to get back feedback and grades and stuff within 72 hours unless otherwise announced. If I haven't gotten back to you, just let me know. It may have kind of fallen through the cracks. I do a lot of traveling and get a ton of emails and stuff. So if I don't grade it, or if I'm not notified that you have submitted that assignment, that may be the case. Okay, so as far as course content goes, this is how it's set up essentially. So you'll log into each module. Each one will have instructions. So for Unit 1, that's just an intro, right? We're just looking over those lecture notes. Unit 2, on the other hand, is going to be a little bit more involved, and that's what we're going to see for the rest of the chapter. So you'll click on your lecture notes, and that will kind of go into detail about everything you need to know about the chapter. Each chapter, other than Chapter 7 and Chapter 8, are going to have these recap videos where it is me going over this stuff. It's not, me linking you to Khan Academy or anything like that. It is actually a recording of me telling you how to understand this material. So not only is this, I don't even like to think of this as an optional video. I would hope that you would take the time to listen to the video. They're YouTube videos, so you can turn it to double speed and listen to me sound like a chipmunk, but that way you can listen to the stuff and it can really kind of supplement what I'm talking about in the lecture notes, because you'll see that I'm able to draw stuff out and it's going to make things a lot easier. Once you're done with that and you feel like you're ready to tackle the quiz, you do have the Unit 2 quiz, and I would recommend taking this before you complete the Unit 2 assessment, because the Unit 2 assessment is going to be a little bit more involved. And let me pull up this Unit 2 assessment real quick. So let me save that and then I'll open it up. But the Unit 2 assessment is going to be more fill in the blank rather than multiple choice and stuff, okay? So that's going to take a little bit of time for you to be able to type out, or you're welcome to print it out and write it in. A lot of people find it pretty easy just to type it up and submit it. Just make sure that when you submit it, I know that it's yours and it's not somebody else's, okay? But essentially, this is how it's going to be, right? So I give you some directions on stuff, and then say for something like this, I just want you to draw those Bohr models for helium and lithium and whatnot, and I give you some examples just to help you out and whatnot. And then we get down here and I just want you to fill this in. Now, if you're watching this video and you haven't seen any of the Chapter 2 stuff, this may seem like, okay, what the heck is this? Trust me, by the time you get through Chapter 2's lecture notes and the videos, you'll understand what I'm asking for with this, okay? And then at the end of each chapter, I do have a scenario that I want you to respond to. And I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, God, here we go. We have essays and stuff. All it is 5 to 7 sentences. Okay, that's all I want you to write for this. Don't write some huge essay or anything like that. Just tell me what you would do based on the scenario that we talk about up here, based on the scenario that you've seen in the chapter 2 material. Just let me know what you're thinking about. And it doesn't have to be, right or wrong. You guys aren't techs yet, but I want to see what you're thinking. I want to see that you're making some critical thinking decisions on this stuff, because ultimately that's what you're going to use out in the field. You're going to use chemistry of hazmat to make your decisions once you're out in the field, and I want to make sure that you guys are good with that. Once you're done with that, you also have some supplemental videos. It's just kind of some videos that you can see where it's going to pop up on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch a video about sodium blowing up and stuff like that. So pretty good videos. Watch those. They definitely add some content to it, especially if you're not going to be able to attend the in-person days or the in-person chemical demo day. Those videos are really good. One thing too that I want to talk about is the supplement section of this. Okay, so in the supplement section, it's going to be way down at the bottom. Okay, and in your supplement section, you're going to have a chemical family flowchart and a periodic table of elements. So your chemical family flowchart is going to look like this. And let me see if I can rotate it here. Yep. So essentially, it's going to break down each family that we're talking about. Now, chapter 2, we're just talking about this stuff. Once we get to chapter 3, we're going to be talking about this stuff. Chapter 4, we're going to be talking about these inorganic non-salts. And then chapter 5, your hydrocarbon families. And then chapter 6, your hydrocarbon derivative families, okay? And that's kind of how it's made, is just to kind of squish everything together right there. But that's a good way to be able to organize all the families that we're going to talk about in this class. And then, of course, you have your periodic table. One thing I want to really emphasize is you do not have to memorize this. A periodic table is a reference, okay? Do not try to memorize this. I'm not going to require you to memorize anything on the periodic table, but you will be responsible for knowing how to navigate it, and that's something that you will do throughout the class. You will learn how to navigate this, kind of like an ERG, kind of like a dictionary, where you don't have to memorize the ERG, you don't have to memorize a dictionary, but everybody has a fundamental understanding of how to use it. And that's the same thing with this periodic table. And in chapter 2, you'll learn how to navigate that. That being said, the other supplements, you'll get to those. Once you get to chapter 3, you'll get to use supplement 1A, 1B, 1C. Once you get to chapter 4 or unit 4, you'll be able to use supplement 2A and 2B. And then chapter 5, you'll also use 2A and 2B. And then chapter 6, you'll use supplement 3. Chapter 7 and chapter 8 are not really talking about chemical families as much. They're more talking about the hazards, and so you don't really have any supplements with those. But yeah, once you complete everything, and each of these has instructions and due dates and stuff, then you'll be able to take your final exam, okay? And that final exam, the due date for it is going to be May 6th, okay? And this is one of those things where I would highly recommend that you do this away from work, somewhere where you can be quiet, in a library, at home, wherever it may be, because you only get one attempt to take it, okay? So don't start it and then be responding to a structure fire and the thing times out, or the internet connection goes bad, or something like that. You want to make sure that you do this in a good place, okay? That being said, you're allowed to utilize the supplement section of that course, of this course, to be able to assist you. So all those supplements that I just showed you, the chemical family flowchart, the periodic table, the supplement 1 through 3, you can use those. Those are kind of like your cheat sheets, okay? Because those are really good reference guides for everything. I don't want you to have to memorize things that you can otherwise reference, okay? Other than that, if you have any questions, just let me know. Give me a text or a call at my phone number, 704-657-2734, or you can email me, and you can find all of that in the faculty information right there. Otherwise, good luck in the course. If you have any questions, let me know. Take care.